Because if you don't understand the patterns and behaviors of self, you don't know what you'll do in critical situations. And what I can tell you from over 20 years of practicing, if you don't understand your own personal behaviors, you'll repeat them,
That's
good,
it.
bad, or indifferent, because they're comfortable.
Mm. And
And
not because,
comfortable
yeah,
doesn't mean they're safe.
there it
Comfortable
is.
doesn't mean they're healthy.
There it
Comfortable
is.
doesn't mean it's the best decision for you.
There it
It
is.
just means your body and your nervous system is safe with it.
So that's why we can know what to do. Y'all hear me say this all the time. That's why mentally, like Dr. Ford is saying, you can know what to do, right? Just like when you ask the average person, how do you lose weight? They can tell you today, eat a clean diet, drink more water. But then the next question becomes, why you didn't do it? I'm just being real because we know what to do, but our nervous system don't feel safe with it, like he's talking about. And when your nervous system don't feel safe with the information that you know, it retreats back to what's familiar, even if it's not benefiting you, right? So this is what I want you to hear before we move on to the next part. Your nervous system is always listening to the story you tell yourself. So what are you telling yourself? That's what I want you to hear. That's what Dr. Ford just said. What are you? Say it again.
Say it, hear it, and store it in your brain. If you change what you say, you immediately change what you stored in your brain. Immediately. The number one person that you talk to full time is yourself. I'm not concerned if you have a wife, if you have a mother, if you have a father, if you have children, because everything that comes out of here, I immediately hear. And the next place to go is in my brain. So everything that I say, I hear, and I store.
That's
If
it.
I change what I say, I immediately change what I store in my brain. So the next question has to be, what are you telling yourself?
What y'all telling yourself, good people?
Not
Self-talk.
during the good days, during the bad days, during the days under pressure. On the best day you ever had in your life, you had the best thoughts you've ever had in your life. On the worst days you've ever had in your life, you had the worst thoughts you've ever had in your life. Period.
Wow. Look. That's why we was the best
You got me
backcourt.
in the clinic.
Hey,
You got me in the clinic.
hey, that's why we was the best backcourt. Look, he just threw the oop to me. Bring me back to the next part, which is self-talk.
Yeah.
You just ended. That's my next part. The self. So this is the question I want to add. What does self-talk actually do to a person over time? Like actually
huge.
do to a person over time. Break that down for our viewers.
This is huge. I mean, you speak things into existence. I remember nearly 30 years ago, we were laughing and joking and making the comments, who's right, the man that thinks he can or the man that thinks he can't. We go around the gym after that. We were picking out teammates based on how they answered the question.
That's true. That is
No,
true.
self-talk is extremely important. On the best days that you ever have in your life, you have the best thoughts. On the worst days that you ever have on your life, just think about it. You have the worst thoughts. But this is key. Do you have the ability to determine in real time what you're thinking about? In real time.
Say that real slow. Say that real slow again. Do you have the ability to determine? Say it again.
Do you have the ability to understand what you're thinking about in real time? In real time.